Imagine a world where foreign aid was given as loans instead of donations. What impact would that have on international relations and the economies of recipient countries? This was the question many found themselves asking when former U.S. President Donald Trump suggested aid should be provided in the form of loans, not gifts. Back in February 2024, Trump first floated this idea, causing ripples in the political sphere. His reasons were clear-cut. He believed the United States was continually handing out gifts worth billions of dollars, and it was time to reconsider this approach. This was no arbitrary proposal. The backdrop of this suggestion was the escalating conflict in Ukraine, a country anxiously awaiting critical support from the U.S. Trump, a Republican presidential candidate preparing for a rematch with Democratic President Joe Biden in the upcoming November elections, had a unique standpoint on this issue. He promised that, if re-elected, he would end the conflict between Kiev and Moscow within a mere 24 hours. His strategy? To force both sides to the negotiation table. It was a bold claim, one that clearly underlined his approach to international conflicts and foreign aid. However, Trump's stance wasn't just about Ukraine. He emphasized that if the U.S. approved new aid for Ukraine, Europe must step up its support too. Trump argued that Europe, being more directly affected by the conflict, should balance the aid given. This perspective further highlighted his belief in the need for a more balanced global responsibility when it comes to foreign aid. This groundbreaking suggestion of aid as loans instead of donations stirred up a myriad of reactions, with some Republicans supporting the idea while others vehemently opposed it. As we delve deeper into the implications of this proposal, we will see that the question of aid as loans versus donations is far from simple. It's a complex issue with far-reaching consequences. While Trump's suggestion may seem like a simple change in the mode of aid delivery, its implications are far-reaching and deeply political. Indeed, the proposal to transform aid into loans carries significant political weight. One of the primary implications is the impact it may have on Trump's presidential campaign. By advocating for loans instead of outright aid, Trump positions himself as a fiscally responsible candidate, a move likely designed to appeal to the conservative base. Moreover, this stance could potentially differentiate him from his Democratic opponent, President Joe Biden, by presenting a new approach to foreign aid that underscores accountability and reciprocity. The suggestion also serves as a strategy to keep the border crisis as a key campaign issue. By derailing the bipartisan immigration and foreign aid deal, Trump keeps the border in the spotlight, a move that could galvanize his voter base. This tactic, however, has not been without criticism. Some Republicans, such as Senator Mitt Romney, have publicly expressed their disapproval, calling Trump's actions appalling. The Republican Party's response to Trump's proposition has been mixed. While some Republicans see this as a disruption to negotiations, others might see it as a necessary shakeup in the approach to foreign aid. This reveals a significant dilemma within the Republican Party, whether to make progress on immigration issues or use them as a campaign weapon. Moreover, the resistance from Republican lawmakers to approve new aid to Ukraine is noteworthy. The belief that Biden is merely prolonging the conflict without presenting a viable strategy to end the warfare has led to a standstill in the approval of new aid. The political chessboard was set. Trump's suggestion was not just about changing the form of aid, but also a strategic move in the larger political landscape. This move, while seemingly simple, could be a game changer, not only for the upcoming election, but also for the future of U.S. foreign aid policy. The ripple effect of Trump's suggestion was felt far beyond the borders of the United States. This proposition, while seemingly innocuous, had the potential to redefine the dynamics of international aid and relationships. In the heart of Europe, Ukraine was anxiously waiting for the outcome. Trump's proposition of aid as loans instead of donations was not just a shift in the way America could support its allies. It was also an indirect call for Ukraine to stand on its own feet. It was a call for self-reliance and resilience in the face of adversity. And while this could be seen as a daunting task for a country grappling with Russian aggression, it was also an opportunity for Ukraine to assert its sovereignty and strength in the global arena. But this proposition didn't just affect Ukraine. It also echoed throughout the corridors of power in Europe. Trump was clear in his message. If the United States was to increase its aid to Ukraine, then so too must the European allies. It was a call for collective responsibility, a call for unity in the face of a common adversary. It was a reminder that Europe, which arguably had a more direct stake in the resolution of the Ukraine crisis, needed to step up its game. This prompted a re-evaluation of foreign aid policies across European capitals. If aid was to be given as loans, it would mean a more significant commitment from the recipient countries. It would mean that every dollar or euro given would have to be justified, accounted for, and eventually repaid. It was a shift from aid as a form of charity to aid as an investment. Trump's proposal of aid as loans, instead of donations, was more than a mere suggestion. It was a potential game changer in the realm of international politics and foreign aid. It was a call for a more accountable, responsible, and ultimately, a more equitable world order. As we look to the future, the prospect of aid as loans instead of donations opens up a whole new world of possibilities and challenges. We've delved into the genesis of this idea, sparked by former President Donald Trump's suggestion to consider Ukraine's aid in the form of loans. This proposition, while controversial, has brought forth a dynamic shift in the political landscape, with implications rippling across the globe. The potential future of aid as loans carries both promise and pitfalls. On one hand, it could foster a sense of responsibility and accountability among recipient nations, encouraging them to utilize the aid judiciously. On the other hand, it might also burden these nations with debt, potentially exacerbating their economic struggles. Moreover, this model could redefine alliances and power dynamics on the international stage. Countries like the United States and its European allies could find themselves reassessing their roles, responsibilities, and contributions in global aid distribution. As we continue to navigate the complex landscape of international relations, the idea of aid as loans instead of donations stands as a testament to the ever-evolving nature of global politics.